Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another Jets episode of the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast. This is the Week 4 Kansas City Chiefs versus our beloved New York Football Jets recap. And man, was it a tough one with the Taylor Swift Bowl. We had everything at MetLife, as promised. We had Aaron Rodgers coming in on his crutches, throwing footballs. We have Taylor Swift with Wolverine and the mayor of Wrexham. We have, honestly, the best quarterback in the game played for the New York Jets, which is crazy talk, but it was Zach Wilson. Basically, if I would have told you that we were going to intercept Patrick Mahomes twice, Zach Wilson was just going to have one fumble, and we lost the game. We lost the game. Tough game to lose, man. We really could have put a stamp on our season. We could have put a stamp in the league. Like, you heard Chris Jones talking about it. I'm sure we're gonna get into all of that, but he got into it later on with Rodney Harrison on the post game.
You ain't kidding.
Everybody's calling Zach Wilson garbage and trash, and basically completely writing him off. Meanwhile, we're trying to sign Colin Kaepernick on the side, right? Like, that's the juxtaposition there. I mean, everyone has just slow their roll a little bit. He was a number 2 pick. He's still on his first contract. This is not year 9 of Zach Wilson. He wasn't even supposed to play this year. He took 2 weeks to figure it out. It's the second week with his offensive line. It's his second week with, or third week now with the new offensive coordinator. Everything is brand new. And honestly, they showed out. Zach Wilson played an amazing game besides that stupid fumble, which, man, was that a turning point in this game. You don't turn the ball over, well, in this game. You turn the ball over, we're not in this game anymore. So that's how every game is going to really come down to this year. But shout out to Zach Wilson. Breece Hall played amazing. I really wish we got that extra block on that big run, but Breece Hall's amazing, man. He's bound to break that every single game. He's bound to break that every single drive. We just got to get him in the right position. I think the offensive line is going to get it together. Tittman played amazing. Elijah Vera Tucker is one of my favorite players of all time at this point. He's really getting up there for me. Tomlinson played fine. And honestly, Becton was fine. I know he was a little shaky, but offensive line's coming together, man. I'm really excited about what that's going to come to. Alan Lazard got in the picture. Garrett Wilson even had the ball. But, dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even want to move any farther than this. Dalvin Cook got to go.
Michael Carter's got to play. Michael Carter's got to play.
Well, Michael Carter got to catch the ball when he plays. So
that was brutal.
Yeah, so your argument for, like, we're kind of having two different arguments. Like, I don't need Carter. I don't need necessarily Carter to play more. I just need to see Cook less, and maybe bring Izzy up. So maybe split whatever 5-6 carries you're giving Dalvin Cook. Give that to Izzy. Maybe give Carter an extra 1 or 2. But yeah, for me, Dalvin Cook, when he gets the ball, I am not excited, and I want to be. I want to be. Like, don't get me wrong. I was really excited when we got Cook, but he just doesn't look right. So that's just my take on the offense. It was just a tough game to lose, man. Of course, we want to talk about the refs, right? Of course, we want to talk about calls that we didn't get, but that's the story of the New York Jets, and I'm so happy that it happened on Sunday Night Football in front of everyone, because this usually happens at 1 o'clock versus the Jets, and everyone tells me to shut up because we lost to the Patriots, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, how many times that I'm complaining about these calls, right? So you're just like, shut up, the Jets just suck. You're just complaining. It's loser talk. But honestly, this was in front of everyone. Phantom holdings on Sauce Gardner. Patrick Mahomes commenting on it. Now Sauce Gardner, tweeting back about it. Robert Saleh, making comments about it and kind of deferring, saying he's waiting for the league. Getting an unsportsmanlike technical foul from the head coach in the NFL. Never see it.
Never see it. Never, ever. It was incredible to see.
And, Jermaine Johnson getting held. I mean, there's so many things that were happening that, of course, the Jets don't get called for. But that's the nature of the game for the New York Jets. I'm just happy it happened in front of everyone. There is a positive take here. First of all, Quincy Williams, shout out to you, finally playing defense, guarding a tight end. However, if one more backup tight end gets another 50-yard gain on us, I'm actually going to start going crazy. Like, Quincy Williams has been amazing for us, probably been our best defensive player, believe it or not, up to this point. He had some good coverage plays, but, dude, I need the Jets to stop giving up 50-plus yard plays to backup tight ends. It has to stop. CJ Mosley, you got to catch interceptions. I'm glad he got one finally, Greg. I know you're hyped about that. But, dude, that's my take on this game, dude. It was a tough one. I'm glad we covered, maybe at the mercy of a Mahomes slide. But we could have won this game, man. We could have got the ball back. We could have put Zach Wilson in a position to win. And I really wanted to see how he was going to react after a turnover, a costly turnover. And I wanted to see how he was going to pull it together. Was he just going to turn into old Zach Wilson, or did we actually finally turn the page? We'll never find out. We will find out with Denver. I do have a really, really optimistic take about this whole Jets season after this game. And we'll get to that later on here. But, dude, what's your take on this game, Greg? I know you were absolutely furious watching it. And I rewatched it today. It was infuriating, but, dude, that first quarter looks so bad. It's just amazing that we're so upset about a call or two. And not that this game was a complete debacle. Because even when I rewatch, I'm like, dude, this is so bad. Like, this is turning so bad. 17-0, and it could have been even way worse than it was. Well, what's your take on this game, man? How do you feel?
Yeah, man, I agree with everything you said so far. I mean, it's easy to talk about the refs and just blatant calls for the Chiefs. It happens to us. There's all the stats going around about how we haven't had a roughing the passer called against us in whatever it is, 3 years or whatever it is, but other teams get them all the time. DJ Reed is avoiding Patrick Mahomes running at 100 miles an hour because he knows if he touches him, he's going to get a pass. He's going to get a roughing the passer call. But, Milano for the Buffalo Bills could just hit the head of our quarterback when he's run the ball with, no problem at all, no issue at all, no flags. So it's just one of those things. You have to deal with it. Dude, I was thinking last night, and I don't know what you think about this. I don't know if this is like a crazy take or not. I think Robert Saleh and I think Zach Wilson, I think anyone for the Jets, I think Robert Saleh specifically has the hardest head coaching job in the NFL. I think to be the head coach of the New York Jets, and I don't know if it's because I'm a Jet fan and I'm a homer, but it just feels like when we're good and we're doing stuff, the whole nation just like it locks in on it. And all summer long, it was Rodgers. And I get it. A large chunk of it is Aaron Rodgers and his, 4 MVPs and 18 years in the league and Super Bowl winning, stuff like that. But if he went to Carolina, I don't know if there's as much conversation as there is about him going to the New York Jets. I don't know if it's a big city, the bright lights, whatever it might be. But I think he has the hardest head coaching job. I think Zach Wilson has the hardest quarterbacking job in the league. I think it's just so difficult here. We've seen it now for 20 straight years. And he's making something work of it, man. Like, I feel like I was one of the last few people defending Zach Wilson, saying that there's still something here, there's still something here, there's still something here. And he showed it last night. There was just that one drive in the Dallas game. I talked about it in the last episode. There was the one drive in the Dallas game. There was the Pittsburgh game last year. All this stuff where it was, there's something there. And he finally showed it last night. It took it to your point, it took to the second quarter to see it. And that sucks. I wish we saw it sooner. Because that first quarter, if we made a play here and there, I mean, the first three drives was 3 plays and a punt, 4 plays and a punt, 6 plays and a punt. Like, if we get something going there, if we get a field goal at any one of those drives, also we're right in the game. So to have that big of a deficit, to outplay Patrick Mahomes on Sunday night.
Wait, let's stay here. Let's stay here because you're talking about coaching, and I have a coaching question that nobody brought up. When I was trying to figure out if anyone had this talking point, but Robert Saleh not going for it and kicking that field goal. I mean,
yep.
maybe I'm playing Monday night quarterback. It's literally Monday night, right? How do you not go for that, man?
You're talking about before half, right? Before
Yeah,
the end of the first half.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Like I remind myself of the down and distance again.
It was like 56 yarder.
It was 4th and 1 from the KC's 34. It's 52-yarder. 4th and 1, man, it's tough. It just, dude, because like you said, like it's just the duality of our team. It's like if Dalvin Cook's running the ball, Dalvin Cook's obsessed with running into the other team. I don't know what it is about Dalvin Cook, but he's like loves to just run into the other team at the line of scrimmage. Where Breece Hall is trying to avoid people, make a play. Michael Carter's trying to avoid people, make a play. Breece Hall just loves to, or Dalvin Cook just loves to run into the people. So I don't. It's just maybe he just doesn't trust it. I really don't know. To your point, all the momentum's with you. You're in a game that you're not really supposed to be in. They went up 17-0 on you quick, and all of a sudden you have a chance to tie it before half. I get that you get a field goal and then immediately get the interception, so you got the ball back. And you had another chance to score points before the end of the half. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm for at this point of the season. I'm like, go for it, go for it, go for it, because what's the worst that could happen? We're gonna lose again. Who cares?
Oh, whoa. See, that's loser talk here because Greg, honestly,
Why?
I mean, okay, I'll get into it right now. The Jets are 1-3 right now, and we don't have to talk about what could have been. Okay, we're 1-3. That's it. That's just where we're sitting right now. The next 5 games at Denver, must win.
Yep.
Winless team in Denver. Sean Payton revenge, Breece Hall revenge. So much revenge everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a big game for us. Coming back week 6 at home versus Philly. I mean, I hope we put up a fight, but it's going to be tough. We've never beaten the Philadelphia Eagles in our life. Tough one, right? So that's 2-4 going into the bye week. After that, we have the Giants. So let's call it a home game.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Monday night at home Chargers. Then we have another Sunday night. What up, Rodney Harrison? At Vegas.
What a scumbag. I mean, honestly, what an absolute scumbag just to like stand on national TV, 27 million people watching whatever was the highest rated games as the Super Bowl, and just be talking to the best defensive player on the other team, be like, that other quarterback's trash, right? And he's like, no, he's good. And he's like, no, he's trash though, right? Like, dude, what a scumbag. It's crazy. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I thought it was edited at first. I was like, what's going on here?
All right. Yeah, I agree with you. That's a Patriots blood in him. But 2-4, staring at Giants, Chargers, Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna go out on the limb and say win all 3, right? Because that would make me a crazy Jets fan. And how can you say all that?
Sure.
But let's say 5-4 or 4-5. Okay. Yeah. You're staying at 5-4 or 4-5, looking at Buffalo. And then home for Miami for that Black Friday game, 2 division games in a row. The season's not over, right?
No.
This is not a who cares? Let's just go for a 4th down. Like we're the Jets are honestly at this point, and I really feel weirdly confident saying this. We're poised to make the playoffs. Like the bottom of the AFC stinks. I think the Jets are actually going to weave their way up because this is the hardest part of our schedule. It gets really soft, especially after the Black Friday game versus the Dolphins. It really starts to fall off, and I'm sure that the New England season ender is good on January 7th. The Orthodox Christmas is going to be an interesting game, probably for an AFC wildcard team. Hopefully, the Patriots are in the tanker. That's a game that hurts. Like this Chiefs game, I'm glad we were in it, right? It was a miracle cover because of the slide. Maybe you want to say it was a miracle win because of the refs. Zach Wilson, that back shoulder throw was amazing in the end zone. But tight ends, we got to come out. We got to block a little bit better, just a little bit better. But shout out to Rucker getting in the game. Shout out to McCole Hardman getting in the game.
CJ getting a touchdown.
We're starting to make it. That was an amazing throw. The double
Xavier
clutch.
Gibson getting some rushes, like get him involved somewhere, use his speed.
They were really impressive, man. The Jets really impressed me. Everyone's making fun of me for wanting to go to the game, et cetera, et cetera. Why would you want to do that to yourself? They were
Yeah.
really impressive. I'm more scared of going to the Eagles game, man. The Eagles game, I am way more scared of. But that's going to
Oh,
be a
he's
fun
never
one.
beat them. It's impossible. It's,
I think I have to be
tough.
there. But
Couple little fun facts for you, John, before we move on real quick. Zach Wilson, first quarterback, better than Patrick Mahomes. First quarterback to have more completions, passing yards, and passing TVs, and fewer interceptions in a game. Patrick Mahomes in his career, Texas Tech included. Literally the first time it's ever happened. Playoffs,
Crazy.
regular season, preseason, doesn't matter.
Crazy.
You talked about it. We talked about it. This is something where, like, we could talk about the refs. We can talk about this and that. You and I going into the game, real quick, there are 3 leading receivers on the day. Any idea who the Chiefs' 3 leading receivers were, yardage-wise?
I didn't look at the box score, but I'm going to guess Rashi Rice.
Sure. Wide receiver makes sense.
I don't want to say Kelsey because he only had 3 catches, right? And then he was out of breath for the second half of the game. Is it Pacheco? Did he get catches? Okay, yeah. I don't know if there were runs or catches.
Pacheco had both. He had 20 rushes and 3 catches. But real quick, it was Travis Kelce, it was Pacheco, and it was Noah Gray.
Oh, dude, backup
tight ends and running backs.
That big. Yeah, dude. One more backup tight end gets a 40-yard play on me again, and I'm gonna start protesting during draft season about linebackers.
John, we talked about it last week. We knew it was gonna happen. The only way we're gonna lose this game is tight end receptions and catches out of the backfield. And their 3 leading receivers are 2 tight ends and a running back. How can we not stop it? We know it's coming and we can't stop it. What is going on? And I get that CJ Mosley's playing good, and I get that Q Will's playing good, or Quincy Williams is playing good. Everyone's playing good. Like, is the design of the defense to just let them eat up the middle all day and just give up 25 points a game and hope that we score more? Like, what's going on?
Again, shout out to the defense for only holding the Chiefs to 23. Like, we've been doing okay holding them down. The problem is the bend don't break mentality. Like, CJ's playing soft. Like, not soft and like hitter soft, but soft and like he's leaving the coverage. He wants you to make the catch and tackle you rather than completely whiff.
When he hits you good. Don't get me wrong. But
he allows you to catch it. And
what about all the people that we were talking about last night in the group chat? You just reminded me. What about all the talk about us hitting people, but just them like just bouncing off people and not making the tackle? It's always the second and third guy making the tackle. Like what's up with his defense? Why are we hitting people? Why are we hitting people so hard, but we can't actually tackle them?
Yeah, look, that's a fundamentals thing, honestly. Speaking of fundamentals, I love Bryce Huff so much. I cannot tell you how much I love Bryce Huff. Every time he's in the game, he looks amazing. Jimmy Johnson's got to get it together. John Franklin Myers, I want to watch the coach's tape, but he looked pretty solid yesterday. He looked like he was getting to Mahomes a little bit. Whenever he had the chance, dude. I'm really glad that McKinnon and Clyde Edwards-Helaire didn't go off on us. Like, that felt like a win. I felt like they were just gonna go off. It was a close game. We could have won, and it gives me a lot of confidence going into Denver. And I know this is just a recap episode, but talk about disrespect. I cannot believe that we are underdogs going into Denver. That is unbelievable.
Disgusting.
I think next week the Jets might win by 2 touchdowns. And they're gonna start. They're gonna start rolling. Honestly, they're gonna start rolling. If there's a look ahead, I would take the Jets Eagles line right now because it's just for the sake of it's just gonna be good value because I think the Jets are gonna win, and it's just gonna go lower than whatever it is now. Like I don't know what it. I'm just sure it's double digits, but
yeah,
I really like where the Jets are headed, man. I'm telling you, we're looking at playing meaningful football around Thanksgiving at least. Right, let's just keep it there. Like, if we could hold it together, we have another two. We have, it's crazy, man. Like after this week, the Denver game, which everyone's gonna be paying attention to. Like I said, it's the Eagles, which is huge for us. Bye week, Jets, Giants. Right, happens every 4 years, followed by Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football. and then do 2 division games, and then the second one is also prime time. Like, everyone's gonna be all over this team. Like, we're not dead right now. We're not going away. And if you truly, truly, right, in your brain believe in conspiracy theories that the NFL is rigging all this and it's all for ratings and whatnot, then guess what? The Jets gonna get some calls. Like the Jets have to get some wins over the next couple of weeks because we're gonna be in prime time three of the weeks, and 3 out of the next like 6
I
actual weeks.
100% believe that last night was rigged. Like 100%. You can't tell me any different. I've never seen what I saw last night before. I've never seen a ref double clutch a flag before.
Well, he also called it at, like, a solid 4 or 5 seconds after the actual event.
It was 15 yards downfield. Like, I don't know how deep we're gonna get into it because I've been looking at it all day. Like, the foul occurred, if you want to call it a foul, at the 30-yard line, and then the play where he threw the flag was at like the 18. Like, it was so far downfield. It was insane, dude. It was crazy. I don't want to get into it that much because, like, to your point, the first quarter is what lost us the game. Michael Carter drop is what lost us the game. Letting the tight ends catch the ball. Noah Gray should not have a 35-yard touchdown against you. Lost us the game. I get it. But, dude, that penalty by that ref, the double clutch is all you need. But then on top of it, 5 seconds later and 18 yards downfield, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. I mean,
I watch a lot of football.
I have, because I'm a Jets fan, and I've seen the Jets score a touchdown, and then all of a sudden it's a Patriots ball on the 20-yard line.
I've seen that, John. I've never seen someone not sure if you should throw the flag or not.
I've seen a roughing the passer call for Tom Brady that didn't even happen. Like, the guy didn't even tackle. I've seen him. I've seen the Jets about to catch a touchdown, our tight end about to catch a touchdown in the end zone, get pushed out, and then they change the rule next year, saying that doesn't count anymore. Because it was a push out. The push out rule was if you look like you're about to land in bounds and you get pushed out, it still counts. And that happened.
And then what's going to happen?
And they called it no, and so they're like, okay, we actually have to change this rule because it's hard to figure it out. Because they wanted to say they were wrong with the Jets call. Like, I've seen this happen a million times.
Yeah. And then I just don't understand it. And then what's going to happen? We're just going to get another letter in the mail from the NFL this week being like, yeah, you're right. Actually, that wasn't a hold on Sauce. And yeah, you're right. That actually was a hold on Jermaine Johnson. Like, you guys were right. It's the same thing from Dallas 2 weeks ago or a week ago.
It's exactly.
It's like, yeah, you're right. Wasn't roughing the passer.
But dude, I have optimism flowing through my veins right now.
How can you not? It's the game we've always wanted from Zach Wilson. Like, people gave up on Zach Wilson last year, never mind last week. Staying with it, staying consistent. There's flashes. My question is, what changed, John? What changed from 2 weeks ago or a week ago that all of a sudden Zach Wilson can come out here? And they talked about condensing the playbook a little bit. Do you think it's just shortening up? I think one guy was talking on the McAfee show about these rookie quarterbacks, and they was talking about like CJ Stroud and stuff, but even I guess maybe it worked for Zach Wilson because it's a new offensive coordinator. It takes like 3 or 4 weeks for them to call enough plays and run enough plays to go back to the OC and be like, I like this play, I don't like this play. And here's why I like this play, and here's why I don't like this play. And them to get some familiarity to get an offense that works for the quarterback. What do you think changed from 2 weeks ago or a week ago to all of a sudden Zach Wilson outplaying Patrick Mahomes?
Well, again, I think there's like the short answer is confidence, but the confidence in what? Like,
where'd that come from?
It's your second full week of your offensive line. No. I mean, that's fun. Like Aaron Rodgers coming to your locker room and talk. I'm sure that helps the morale of the team. But second week with your offensive line, finally. This is the third week with your offensive coordinator. Third week with your wide receivers. Like, everyone knows, Randall Cobb came in here for Aaron Rodgers. Now he has to figure out, and he spent his whole life with him. Now he has to figure out what the Zach Wilson kid is and how he throws. Same with Alan Lazard. He only knows Aaron Rodgers. It's a hard dip, right? And then we have Garrett Wilson, who's seemingly getting the target every play. Like, you go back, you watch that first quarter, every play, Garrett Wilson. Doesn't matter if you catch it or not. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
but the short answer again is confidence. It's confidence, bro. It's confidence knowing, like, I can double clutch this into the end zone and Osama's going to turn around and catch it. It's throwing to the sideline knowing that Alan Lazard's going to actually turn around. It's
Dude,
them running the route for real, thinking that Zach Wilson can actually throw them the ball there. Like,
yeah.
if you're making turns knowing that the quarterback can't even make the throw there, like, you're not really making those turns hard enough. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, 100%. That CJ you just mentioned, that CJ touchdown, my heart stopped when I saw that he was holding the ball. Zach Wilson was keeping it. It's like, dude, we're so close. We're so close to the end zone. Like, why are we messing around here? And then afterwards, just rewatching that play, knowing that CJ catches it and he puts it right on CJ, right where you need it. It's one of the sexiest pump play action fakes I've ever seen in my life. Like, just pull that ball in, no one saw it, just hanging out, turned and just hit CJ right in stride, right where it needed to be.
Yeah.
Gives me a lot of confidence going forward, John. A lot of confidence that the plays are there. We've seen streaks. We've seen it happen. We saw 3/4 of it this week. I feel like 3/4. Some people say the offense kind of sputtered out towards the end of the game. I mean, the fumble sputtered out, but that was a drive. Like, we were driving down the field to score a touchdown. Like, it was crazy to watch. It was unreal because it's like, a Zach Wilson really driving down the field to beat Patrick Mahomes on Sunday Night Football, a comeback victory against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And then, of course, he fumbles it.
We were right there. Honestly, though, again, listening to this right now, you're just a sad Jets fan, just like us, looking for some answers.
Sure.
I really think we're going to be 6-6 going into week 13 with, what is it, 6 games remaining. That's how I see this going. With 2 division games in there, Patriots being at the end, at Dolphins in December in there as well. That's it. That's the season. Like, there's really time to pick this up. And Aaron Rodgers, and the fact that the first thing coming from the NBC broadcast yesterday was Aaron Rodgers saying he's coming back, I don't even need to think that far. But the Jets have to get to January. We have to. We have to get to January. There's no excuses for this Jets team not to make the playoffs. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. Like, it is playoffs or bust for me. It really is. We have to make the playoffs. If there's no playoffs, radical changes. Quarterback, we're going to look at the head coach. We're going to look at the GM. We're going to look at everything. But I think we're going to make the playoffs, and none of that's going to come to fruition. That's my take from this game. I'm optimistic after this game. I thought I thought we had a chance in this game. This game, honestly, went the way I thought it would. Maybe I thought that Mahomes wouldn't throw 2 interceptions, 3, but honestly, I did think he was going to turn the ball over. I honestly did not think Zach Wilson was going to turn the ball over. So that, I was kind of shocked about that. It was a stupid fumble. Oh, my God. So stupid. But this game kind of went how I thought it was going to go, dude. Maybe I didn't think that the Greg Leg was going to miss a field goal.
I know, off the post, too. It's like,
but he hits that's a tie game right now. That's what's crazy. Obviously, Mahomes would have scored, right? Or he would have – they would have won by 3 anyway, right? Like, if they do that same exact thing, and now he kneels and they kick a field goal, game's over type deal. So we don't get too masochist about that missed field goal.
Yeah, I mean, dude, there was just the one time I was tweeting out the play-by-play. Again, I'm winning Pete Weekly on Twitter. Give it a like, give it a follow. I was just tweeting out the play-by-play, and it was just at one point it was Chiefs safety, field goal Jets, interception, Casey, touchdown Jets, field goal, missed field goal, interception. Like, when it was safety, field goal, interception, touchdown, I was like, dude, like, what is happening? What is happening? And then it kept getting better. And the second interception was insane. I mean, CJ dropped one. I'm happy that he got the second one, because if he dropped that, it would have been over for me. I would have been like, we had to just cut him. Just get him out of the locker room. Like, what are we doing? So
I'm glad he made it for you, Greg. I'm glad he's
I'm happy. I'm happy. Dude, that, and just real quick, too, you talked about Bryce Huff earlier. Bryce Huff, I talked about it. I haven't seen it in the first 3 weeks. I was like, where is this guy? You see it in the preseason. You see it at practice. We saw it in the big bright lights against the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. We saw it last night. Like, Bryce Huff was making plays. Bryce Huff was getting stuff done. When this whole unit can get together and sing at the same time, like, it's going to be something special. There's just always 1 or 2 guys that are just having an off night, or they're just getting held for 10, 15, 20 seconds, and no one's calling it. So something else we have to evaluate for next week.
All right, yeah, and I'm excited to get into the Denver game next week. I'm telling you, I love the Jets next week. We have to bury Sean Payton. Listen, Bill Belichick has been buried, not by us. We had the chance. That's what kills me inside, dude. Honestly, we could have buried the New England Patriots. They could have
Yeah.
been 0-4. They're buried anyway. But they're the same record as us, right? So that's what's crazy. It's like the Bengals, it's over. The Patriots, it's over. And I'm sitting here like, dude, we're good to go. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. So maybe I'm delusional, but I cannot wait to get into the preview for the Broncos. I love the Jets next week. I honestly might take them in my Survivor League. Like, I'm looking through the Survivor League. There's really hard games. I might take the Jets because if they lose this game, their season's over. Might as well be over as well. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, the only way the Broncos can win right now is if they score 30 points because their defense is letting up 30 points a game. So I don't see our defense letting this Russell Wilson offense score 30 points on us. So, yeah,
I'm taking Breece Hall 2 tutties.
Yeah.
Revenge game, Denver.
I'm with it, dude. Garrett Wilson's going to get more involved. I mean, he's getting a lot of targets, but we need some touchdowns for him too. It's going to be a great game. I'm very excited for next week, but we'll save it for the preview episode later in the week.
Yeah, you know what it is. Knicks coming, just coming. ETC period. YouTube, Twitter at Winning Picks Weekly on Twitter, and that's the gambling videos on our YouTube. We have Full Slate College, Full Slate NFL. Hit us up. Let us know what you got at Chip Murphy 7. Peace out. Let's go Jets. 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 Something to be optimistic about.
Yes,
I'm telling
something
you.
to build on. Hashtag progress.
This is a good game, man. It really was. Let's go.
Hashtag progress.